This is take two of this live. Um, that's better. Oh my God, that's so much better. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leia and this is With Might and Main. We are continuing on this Surviving Your 20s series. Now, it is now September 1st to be exact. We're nearing the end, as I did say it was just going to be for the month of August. We're a little late, but that's all good. So today's video is gonna be me sharing with you an Instagram live that I did on my Instagram with my lovely mother, who I love so very much. I called her up, asked her if she wanted to be on my channel or on my Instagram talking about advice for your 20s, and she said yeah, and she had some good stuff to share. So this video is just gonna be a recap of our conversation on Instagram Live. I did keep the whole video on my IGTV. The video is about just over 20 minutes long. This obviously isn't going to be nearly as long. I'm just gonna give you a few of the snippets, but if you want to hear all the stories behind her reasonings, you gotta go to IGTV, because my mom has lived quite an adventurous life, and you know, she did a lot of things that some people always say that they could never imagine doing. So I really encourage you to go check out the whole video because it's a good one. I like it. It's a conversation with my mom. Her and I have a really good relationship, so it's like two girlfriends talking. So I think you should check it out. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you feel like you want to join and see more. And I will see you in the next video, which the next video will be our last, at least for now. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So today, I am having a conversation with my lovely mother. I asked her to give us some advice, some of what she thinks is something we need to hear. Just a little small bit of backstory. My mom had me just before she turned 21, so her 20s really consisted of motherhood.
Well, like you said, Leia, I was 20 when you were born. So my entire 20s was motherhood, but it was also a whole bunch of other stuff too. I was in undergrad for the second time, which was an amazing experience. I was also married to your dad. It was a lot of moving around to get into different schools and everything, because when I finished undergrad, then we went to graduate school, and that was a lot of interesting things in my 20s. That's the background. My 20s were fabulous, as was my 30s, 40s, and now I'm in my 50s. Yay! But my overall wisdom, advice, or whatever you want to call it, would be to really be love yourself and be yourself. And if you don't know who yourself is, then it's on you to find out. It's really not anyone else's responsibility to tell you who you are and what you like and what you're about. And if you check yourself out and there's something that you would like to change or improve or whatever word you want to call it, that's your responsibility. So just do it. But that's just a tribute to my whole independent thinking thing, and don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do.
This whole time that I've been doing this series, I've been thinking about like the transition, because by the time you get a grasp of your 20s, it's over. So people don't realize how much needs to happen in that transition from like young adulthood, or sorry, teenage years, until getting into your 20s, right? Yeah, you might be young and you're probably going to get it wrong sometimes, but you're the only one that really truly knows yourself, because not everything that's in here comes out. So not everybody can know exactly who you are, because not all of it comes out. You know what I mean?
Which is a great segue into my next piece of advice. So the next thing is like finding out who you are. You know, I know we're talking about 20s, but I would say that even teenagers or preteens have an idea of what they like and what they don't like, and what kind of talents that they have. They may not be developed. Kids know, But when
Yeah.
you're in your 20s, um, you might be in college, you might be in vocational school, you might be working, you might be traveling, but if you don't know who you are, if you want to get a sense of, oh, why am I like this and why I'm like that, you might think that everyone is like you. That I remember distinctly thinking that like everyone is like this. And then I discovered, oh, that's a totally different person. And then I discovered, there's not really a lot of people like me. What's going on? So there's these things called personality tests. There's
Yeah.
vocational assessments, fill out
Yeah.
different personality assessment tests and everything like that. And I
Yeah.
think that if you have that, then you can say, "Oh, that's why I'll stare aimlessly into the sunset for hours at a time," whatever it is. The only thing that I would caution against that is don't get caught up in the labels that, because somebody put that test together or
Right.
assessment together and they put a label on it to call it something so they can market it and get their money. I get
Right.
that,
Right.
but you don't have to aspire to the labels that they give you
Right.
either,
Right.
but
It's
it
not
does
set
give you
in
more
stone.
information about yourself that can
Right.
be
It's
very
a tool, not an outcome, basically. It's
right,
a tool.
right.
Right. So what's funny is like depending on who you take the Myers-Briggs tests with, they have different titles for each personality type. I took it with 16 personalities, and I'm an ISFP, and the title for that one is either the creative or the artist. And so when I read that, I was like,
Mhm.
that's not me. That makes no sense. So I kept taking it over and over again, but like every time and I don't mean like in 2 weeks I took it over and over again. I mean like every year, a couple of years, I took it over and over again. The more I read over it, the more it rings true. But because I'm starting to understand not only myself now, but things that I was hiding under a narrative of I'm not this, I'm not that. So I think it's a very good tool to do those type of tests because um, they will really help point you in the right direction for everything, really.
The other thing that I would add to that is just being confident in yourself, which ties into the other things that we said. Even if you feel like you're different or the same or neutral to anyone else, just being confident in your own self. you
Yeah,
know I think there's a lot of gaslighting going on a social religious level sometimes. All of that can be mentally or emotionally damaging to you if you allow it. But keeping yourself strong and your mind strong
yeah.
around those kinds of things, having confidence and knowing who you are, that's like the best thing for the 20s.